Good morning. Today we are going to study the lesson 9. First, we are going to talk about the first declension. What is a declension? Declension is the listing of all the cases of a noun, like this, or of an adjective. We already studied that in a verb is composed of the stem and the stem vowel, and we are going to add the personal endings. Also, in a noun or an adjective, it's composed of a base and the endings. So the important part is the endings. So how to find the base? Base is the genitive drop the endings. So if you want to find the base, you have to find the genitive. So this is the reason if you look up the Latin word in the dictionary, you're gonna see the nominative singular and genitive singular, these two. And so we're gonna see now the first declension. First declension is, in general, it's feminine. It's a feminine. First declension in general is feminine. And in general, the nominative ends with the nominative singular ends with a, and the genitive singular ends with I. I. Remember that, okay? We're gonna study the first declension. Here is the first declension. So we're gonna use the one noun, porta, it means the gate or the door, and magna, big. So you can see this ending of the noun and this ending of the adjective, they're the same. We call it agreement of a noun and its modifier. This modifier is a adjective. So we're gonna first go over the singular. First declension, this is very important, you have to memorize it. So we start with the nominative. Nominative, the singular, is porta. So we're gonna put the adjective behind the noun. It's going to modify. So magna, porta magna. We already studied that the first declension, you have to remember that its nominative singular is a, and its genitive singular is I. Portai magnai. Remember that? And the third is dative. Dative is dative is the same as the genitive, portai magnai. And then we're going to do accusative. Accusative is a little bit different. Portam magnam. e portam magnam. So we're going to write this ending behind it. I, am, and the next one is ablative. Ablative here. Ablative is a. Porta. Remember here there is a loan mark to distinguish it from the nominative, right? So porta, magna, porta magna, and the vocative is the porta magna. You can find that the vocative is the same with the nominative. So this is the A with the landmark, this is the A. So this is the singular form of the first declension. The most important part is the nominative and the genitive. Right? Then we're gonna go through the plural. Plural, yeah? Nominative. Nominative, its plural is portai, magnae. And the genitive is portarum magnarum. Magnarum. So this is I, this is arum. And remember this, it has a landmark. So the third is dative. Dative is the is. Portis, magnis. Remember this is has a landmark. Accusative. Accusative is us with the landmark. Magnas. Portas magnas. Okay. And this is with the landmark. Accusative and the ablative. Ablative is the is. This is still the is. Portis, magnis. And the last one is vocative. Both of them are I. Portai, magnae, I. So you can see that we already told that the most important part is the nominative singular. So it's a nominative singular is A, and the genitive singular is I. And the first declension is in general it's feminine. Okay. So speaking of which, in Latin there are 3 genders. In Latin, masculine, feminine, and neuter. Remember, the first declension always the nominative, the singular, it always ends with a. So most of the first declension is feminine, but there are some nouns that ends with r are not feminine. All right. For example, there are a lot of the male occupation, male jobs. The title of the jobs of the occupation is like the poeta. Okay, it's like a poeta. This is you can find this is the first declension, but it is not feminine, because poeta is this job, this occupation. Poeta was in that time for men. Okay, poeta. Nauta, poeta is the poet. Nauta is a sailor, because the nauta nauta, this base, it means the sea, the ocean. Agricola, it ends with the a, so it's basically the first declension, but it is not feminine, it's masculine, because it means farmer. We also can find auriga. Auriga, it also ends with a, so it's the first declension. Most of the first declension are feminine, but this is not, because it means charioteer, right? And we can find okay, we need to introduce some concepts as the syntax. When we see a sentence, we need to analyze the syntax of it. How to analyze the syntax? In order to analyze the syntax, you need to find the verb and its form and its dependence and its reason. What does this form mean? It means case number. Dependence, it means which is the closest agent we cannot the next another verb that depends, that which depends to, right? And the reason, you need to see what is the reason. You can choose the subject or the object or the direct object, or you can see the modifiers. Now we are going to analyze the syntax of these three sentences. Poeta, puelai. Oh, we have to go through first the vocabulary, then we're gonna go through the sentences. Okay, the vocabulary. The first is fama. we have already studied the first declension, so I already told you that if you write down or you look up of a noun or an adjective in the dictionary, in the Latin language dictionary, you're going to see the first is nominative singular, then the genitive singular. The fama, this is the nominative singular, and you're going to see the genitive singular. We already studied, and I told you this is the first declension, so it's genitive singular. It's going to be I. It's very easy. I'm going to change this color to black. Famai. Okay, it's very easy. It means, what is fama? It means the fame or the reputation. You can use the fame, reputation, or the rumor, or the report, everything. And the next verb, next noun is also a first declension. Forma. So this is the nominative. Then we're gonna see the formae. It means the form. So we're gonna also list the gender. We can see this most of the first declension is feminine, so we're gonna feminine and feminine. Okay, the next noun is fortuna. First declension, so as a genitive singular, it's gonna be fortunae. Of course, it's a feminine, it means fortune. And the next one is ira. First declension, most of the first declensions are feminine, so this is feminine, genitive, this is the feminine, nominative, singular. Then the next one we are going to write down the genitive singular, it's the irai. Feminine, anger. And the next one is nauta. We already talked about this nauta. It's the sailor, so it's, although it's in the first declension, although it's ended with the a, but it's masculine. Nautai, masculine, sailor. The next one is patria. Patria, first declension, so patriae. It means fatherland. Feminine, fatherland. Then we're gonna say pecunia, pecunia. Pecunia, it means money. So first declension, money, it's not an occupation, so you can just write it down. It's, yeah, it's feminine, right? It means money. And the next one is philosophia. Philosophia. This is a what? This is a first declension, so we're gonna philosophia. It's not occupation, so F feminine, and it's a philosophy, right? It's a philosophy. Philosophy, right? So the next one is poena. 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 It means a penalty. Poenai. Feminine. First declension, it means penalty. Poeta. We talked about this. Poeta, though it's the first declension, though ends with ended with the R, but it's not feminine, it's masculine because it's occupation. Poetai. So it's masculine, it means poet. Porta is a door, it's a gate. Portai, it's feminine gate. Puela, puelai, it means girl, so it's feminine. Girl. Puela, puelai, and rosa, rosai, it means rose. And the next one is sententia. Sententiae. So it's a feminine, it means the feeling, sentiment. Vita. Vitae. Feminine. Life. Oh. Life. So the next magna. Magna and magnae. So this is for this lesson. We're gonna see you next time. Bye bye.